Next on 9 on Your Side, forever changed. 5 local teens touched by a spike in gun deaths in the city remember their fallen teammate and look to the future. It's next on 9 on Your Side at 6.
There's a lot of people dying because of guns and stuff, especially kids.
This year, teen gun violence has spiked across Cincinnati. We will end 2019 with the highest number of teens killed by guns in the past 4 years.
And this problem isn't just...
It's starting to get normal. I think about that all the time. Stop the violence, because I'm with Ike every day.
Ike, hit the Gangnam Style. Whoa, whoa.
If I was with him that day, the bullet could have got me too. Mike Mitchell, shooting guard.
Deontay Shepard, point guard.
Hakeem Griggs, point guard.
Xander Harvey, shooting guard.
Benit Harrison, power forward and center.
Their 5 teammates missing their shooting guard.
We were all close to him. He was a person you could talk to all the time.
Ike Moore should be starting his senior year at North College Hill High School.
I was on my way to him, to the park, when I found out it happened.
He was waiting at Crutchfield Park. That's when an argument broke out. Ike, standing by, shot and killed. He was just 17.
I just didn't believe it at first. It's starting to happen more now.
Ike's death happened just outside of the Cincinnati city limits. But in Cincinnati alone, police data shows over 300 shootings happened in 2019. Nearly 30% of those victims are teenagers. 10 of those died. That doesn't include their number 44, Ike Moore.
Raise your hand if you know someone your age, a friend of yours, who either has access to a gun or can get their hands on a gun. Everybody?
I know they keep it for protection, so I can't really tell them, like, don't keep it because you don't know what's going to happen.
Why do you think kids your age feel like they have to protect themselves?
Because there's so many dying.
I've been to over 800 funerals.
Senseless violence is front and center for activist Aaron Pullins. He keeps hundreds of reminders in his home from the hundreds of homicides, many of them shootings.
We need to get to our kids before the body falls.
All of them in the Cincinnati area over the last 10 years.
I've seen the shooters and the victims becoming younger and younger. There's so many great, talented people in the graveyard.
He mentors thousands of teens through his Men Involved program. He says he's seen it all, again.
The crying of the community.
And again. He says stopping the violence is like running a good play. You need a coach who makes the difference between winning and losing.
He cares about us.
For the boys, that coach is Shannon Miner.
The day doesn't end at 3. It doesn't end at 5 after practice. It continues on until 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
And a second dad.
Teachers and coaches kind of provide that father figure in their life. We do a lot of team bonding.
We caught a catfish.
I probably caught the biggest one.
Coach Miner protects them from others.
You know, we're trying to get the kids to start thinking when things happen, turn the other way, remember about Ike.
And possibly themselves.
Something's wrong when kids have access to a gun and they feel like that's the answer.
When I'm a young officer in the early 90s and someone made a gun recovery, it was big news.
Cincinnati Assistant Chief of Police Paul Newdigate says it's different now.
We're taking 4 to 5 guns every day off the streets.
The gym is a place to escape bullets, and what they say many people believe about black boys.
What do they see?
Thugs. Dropouts. Not smart enough.
Shooters.
What do you want them to see?
An educated young man. Yeah, I'm a nice person.
We lead and own it off the court.
On 3, 1, 2, 3, go!
This court is a home. Away from home.
You said it's movie year.
What does that mean?
I don't know, we get a highlight tape.
And where these boys keep Ike's memory alive.
Long live my brother.
Tonight, the North College Hill High School basketball community will be honoring Ike Moore. They're asking everyone to buy one of these t-shirts in Ike's favorite color, green, and his family tells me they will also be here to say a few words. It's a way for the community to heal and to never forget their number 44. I'm in North College Hill. Jasmine Miner, 9 on your side.
So if you want to know more about where police think guns involved in teen shootings are coming from and how police think they might be able to get a better handle on this, check out Jasmine's digital story. It's on WCPO.com right now.
Emotional night at a local high school basketball game. See how North College Hill honored a teammate who was shot and killed this past summer. That's next. High school basketball, St. Bernard and North College Hill. Trojans wearing Ike 44 t-shirts to honor their fallen teammate Isaac Moore was shot and killed back in August. So they're wearing Ike 44 on a very emotional night for him. You play with a different energy on nights like this. Jaden Jefferson, tough bucket and one. Trojans up by 7 early. Love the signage. Michael Mitchell then on the fast break. Mitchell lays it in, led NCH with 16 points. Get this, North College Hill scores 46 on Ike 44 night. That's +2. Trojans win by 16. Pretty cool stuff. 15, I should say.
Miami Valley action. North College Hill on the road at Country Day. First quarter, CCD off the inbounds. R.T. Atkins with a wide-open layup. They're flying on their home floor. This time, Matthew Atkins. No look to Mason Mack for the score. North College Hill more deliberate. They get it inside to J.U. Denton. And one. But CCD was too much. Jackson Campbell this time for 3. Cincinnati Country Day stays unbeaten in Miami Valley, but barely. The Indians showed up big on the road and lose by just 3. Trying to stay.
And hey, if you missed it at 6, Chris Rankel's story about North College Hill dealing with the loss of a teammate, it's ongoing. And this past Friday, it was a cause taken up by their opponents. You can catch this story on our website, local12.com. We'll be right back.
Yeah. Good to see Kevin Johnson tonight. There he is, Jay. UC in Summit product, now an assistant at Summit. North College Hill beat Summit last year on a buzzer beater. Hakeem Griggs remembers. Yeah, he hit the game winner. I love that. By the way, Coach Shannon Miner reminded us as well. Gates Flynn, right back at you, buries a 3. This was a very low-scoring game. 60 total points. Total. The playmakers making plays. Hakeem the Dream, a triple. Shannon Miner's like, if I still played, I'd be swatting dudes. NCH led by 1 at the half. Summit patiently found really good shots. Brendan Bismeyer, money in the grip. And when BB wasn't firing bullets outside, Bismeyer was cutting back door. Flynn, nice look right here to Bismeyer for the layup. Check the final score. Seriously, check it. I mean, that is Austin Powers lower, baby. Lower, baby. Summit wins 32-28.
Welcome back to the Friday night final. North College Hill hosted Lackland tonight in the Miami Valley. Every time the Trojans take the court this season, they're reminded of what they lost before it even tipped off. While the team has found a special way to deal with the loss of a friend and teammate, what happened on the road a week ago against a rival is one they won't forget. Our Chris Rankel has more on playing for 44.
On a Friday night in January, North College Hill and Cincinnati Country Day are getting ready for a critical boys basketball game. The two teams sit near the top of the Miami Valley Conference. On a night where these two are about to compete, there's an overwhelming sense of community. When the ball tips in the air, the two teams will be adversaries. But in one unifying moment, they come together at center court to honor one who won't be taking the floor.
Let's go, Ike on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Isaac, or Ike Moore, was a familiar presence around the North College Hill basketball program. For the last 3 years, his energy and enthusiasm became a staple at practice.
He was a funny guy. He always supported somebody no matter what. Like, he couldn't be playing, but he would always support you no matter what.
He was good. He was a leader. He talked a lot for us, and he was a really big help on us for defense, and we need that.
August 18, 2019. Just 10 days into Ike's senior year. A pickup basketball game turned tragic.
2 Cincinnati area high schools are dealing with tragedy.
Somebody said Isaac got shot, and I thought it was a joke at first. And I'm like, I just left it on open, and then like a coach texted me, said, have you heard about what happened? And I was like, yeah. And that's when I realized it was true.
One arrest is made in the murder of 17-year-old Ike Moore. Moore was shot and killed after a fight broke out Saturday at Crutchfield Park.
You're sometimes a father figure, you're a counselor, you're a coach, you're a teacher, you're all the above. You're an AAU coach, you're anyone they need to go to people and talk, because sometimes they have some people they don't have anyone to turn to, and so we provide that for our guys.
With the season on the horizon, the year became about something that extends beyond the confines of the hard court.
I never thought of losing a friend like that, but when we get on the court, we just give it all we got, because he would want us to do that.
The team made shirts. They honored him on a night dedicated to his memory. And every time they take the floor this season, they're playing their hardest for the one who no longer can. For Local 12 Sports, I'm Chris Rankel.
Chris, thanks. All right, Brandon, the Cincinnati Christian faithful were ready tonight with North College Hill in the house. The Cougars' Cameron Rogers grabbing the rebound, and he scores. But North College Hill not backing down in this game, not yet. Sincere Dubose gets the board and puts it back in for 2 for the Trojans. The Cougars feeling it all night long, including Logan Woods hits the 3. Cincinnati Christian wins it big, 78-56. We'll be back with more Blitz and our Blitz Insider with Meach. That's next. Well, now it's time for our final Blitz 5 Primetime Performer of the Year. North College Hill's Hakeem Griggs scored 28 points last week, but as he tells our Brandon Seho, it's about much more than the stat sheet.
Well, I have one banner. I want to get another one my senior year.
Hakeem Griggs has his sights set on big goals, and that's because he's a big-time player. The North College Hill senior playing his final season with a championship mindset because he wants his game to be just like a 6-time Super Bowl champion.
He wants me to do a lot for the team, talk to him. He wants me to be like the quarterback. He always bring up Tom Brady and the Patriots and how he leads his team by example and by speech. So he wants me to follow his footsteps and how he played, how he controlled his team.
Well, his dad's a big Tom Brady fan, so I have to make some kind of comparison to that. And so, the quarterback is usually the leader of the team, and so as a point guard, he's got to be our Tom Brady. I think his play on the court and his hard work in practice will hopefully lead us to a far run in the tournament.
These are the North College Hill Trojans, and this is Hakeem Griggs. And this week, Hakeem Griggs is the Blitz 5 Primetime Performer. Congratulations, Hakeem.
Congrats to him, and thanks to the head coach, Shannon Miner. I covered him in high school ball and doing a great job up there at North College Hill. Did a good job on that, too.
Absolutely, he did. Looks like he didn't really know what was coming there when he was getting that trophy. His teammates
that's right.
him.
And now it is time for our final Blitz 5 Primetime Performer of the Year. North College Hill's Hakeem Griggs scored 28 points last week, but as he tells our Brandon Seho, it's about much more than the old stat sheet.
Well, I have one banner. I want to get another one my senior year.
Hakeem Griggs has his sights set on big goals, and that's because he's a big-time player. The North College Hill senior playing his final season with a championship mindset because he wants his game to be just like a 6-time Super Bowl champion.
He wants me to do a lot for the team, talk to him. He wants me to be like the quarterback. He always bring up Tom Brady and the Patriots and how he leads his team by example and by speech. So he wants me to follow his footsteps and how he played, how he controlled his team.
Well, his dad's a big Tom Brady fan, so I have to make some kind of comparison to that. And so, the quarterback is usually the leader of the team, and so as a point guard, he's got to be our Tom Brady. I think his play on the court and his hard work in practice will hopefully lead us to a far run in the tournament.
These are the North College Hill Trojans, and this is Hakeem Griggs. And this week, Hakeem Griggs is the Blitz 5 Primetime Performer. Congratulations, Hakeem.
Congrats to him, and thanks to Coach for taking over the show there for us. Shannon Miner does a great job up there, and congrats to those Trojan players.
If good old Meach has a night where he's sick or takes the night off, that's a good Blitz 5 guy.
Yeah, we'll roll Shannon in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's a broadcaster there.
We'd have to pay him big money, though, I think.
Bet.
So,
yeah, he looks like
we can't afford him. All right. We're going to check back in with Kevin Robinson after the break.
All right, he's a local basketball player that's inspiring an entire community.
Not just for what he's doing on the court, but becoming a sensation off the court as well.
Jeremy Rao has a story you will see only on Fox 19 now.
All right, guys, Reggie Martin is always on time. He's right behind me here. Straight A student, gets up extra shots in the gym early and often. A routine hard worker, does everything a coach like Shannon Miner loves to see in a player. Reggie also has a disability, that's a fact. But that's not his story. Reggie's story is about his winning routine and the joy it brings to everyone around him. This isn't Michael Jackson. Although with the gloves and moves, you could be fooled.
He can do the moonwalk. Anything Michael Jackson, he can do.
This is Reggie Martin, and this is only part of Reggie's story.
You know, that helps Reggie off the court, so he's not so focused on school and basketball. That's kind of a release for him, a hobby for him.
Reggie is a 17-year-old basketball player at North College Hill. One warm-up drill speaks to Reggie's routine. Reggie is routine in everything, practicing until it's perfect. A routine shot, same motion every time.
You know, Reggie doesn't have all the ability, but he does have heart. And I think if a lot of our guys watch Reggie and learn from Reggie, I think that would make everybody better people on the court and off the court. All right, you got that or not?
Reggie is special. His relationship with his coach, just as special. Reggie is always watching and learning, silent, still, waiting his turn. What makes Reggie different is that he truly believes practice does make perfect. It paid off in a recent game when Reggie got his shot and buried 2 big shots for North College Hill.
I was joyful because I really like it because my three-pointer was better shooter than I thought.
Reggie's routine is special. The most incredible thing about his routine isn't just the work he puts in to overcome what some see as struggles. It's the joy he brings his team and his coach.
Like I always say, I've learned more from Reggie than he's learned from me. The way he carries himself, the way he doesn't care what people say or think about him. He's Reggie, and the way he is special.
Okay, Joe D loves Michael Jackson, can do the dances. Joe D approves of the dancing. Now, Shannon Miner did not want me to reveal specifically what Reggie's disability was because he says he doesn't view himself that way. He doesn't define himself that way. I think it's really cool. Shannon is really close, though, with Reggie. In fact, he picks him up for school every day at 7 a.m. I almost said about 7 a.m. It's not that because Shannon said that if he's not at Reggie's house by 7 a.m. sharp on the dot, Reggie is calling him and saying, "Coach, where are you at?" Goes on family vacations with Shannon. They're very close, so it's a really unique thing. I know Shannon's going to miss Reggie when Reggie moves on, but it's been a really unique connection for those two.
Shannon's a great coach. I know him, personally, and I think this kid can be an inspiration to so many.
Yeah, agreed.
It's a good thing.
And we talked about the routine. Again, it's everything. It's the dancing. It's the whole part of what he does. It brings so much joy to everyone around North College Hill.
Everybody needs one of those people around, like a kid that's just nice and brings you together. A little bit of glue. You need
changes
a little glue.
you.
Yeah, it's good.
Jeremy, thank you. High school basketball playoffs start next week, but before wrapping up the regular season, a special game tonight at North College Hill. Let's head out to Chris Rankel on Galbraith Road for why an out-of-state visit from Scott is so special, Chris.
Yeah, these two teams don't usually meet, especially this late in the season, but it's got a little extra rivalry to it, and it's because of these two guys right here, NCH head coach Shannon Miner on my right, and his son Mitchell Miner on my left, who plays for Scott. So this is the first time father versus son, Miner here. Coach, you got this kid over here that you know everything about. Little extra advantage when it comes to the scouting report?
No, not really. I mean, I think our guys got to still play. I mean, even though we tell them what's going to happen, they still got to make plays, and extra proud of like Mitchell being able to play in this game and being able to play varsity. I think that says a lot about him working, to get to this point. But, the guys on our team know him really well, and they know what he can do, and so they just got to be able to stop him, and that's hard to do.
All right, Mitchell, what would it mean to walk out of here, go back home, see him with the W, beat your dad?
A whole year of smack talk, just talking constantly, tell him how we won. Can't say anything. We won. Can't say anything about that.
All right, now the big question I think we got to know is,
Who's mom rooting for and which side she's sitting on?
The only mom that's rooting for me is my mom, probably. But my wife, not a chance. But I'm glad you got the North College Hill red on. That looks good on you. But my wife will not be rooting for us tonight. No way.
All right, so grandma's on his side, mom's on your side. You all right with that?
I'm good.
All right, so the minor E-minor matchup, we'll have highlights coming up later tonight. Gary?
All right, Chris, great story. Let's see how that one turns out. Also, high school basketball playoffs start next week, but before wrapping up the regular season, a special game tonight at North College Hill. It seems strange to schedule a rare visit from out-of-state Scott, but there was a very special reason. Shannon Miner's son Mitchell plays for Scott. Mom Candy in the stands rooting against her coach husband and focused on number 12 for the Eagles. Mitchell Miner setting up Cameron Patterson to give Scott the lead. On the other end, Jaden Denton goes right at Patterson, and he would score in the paint. In fact, Denton owned the lane tonight. Later off the miss, it's Denton again on the putback. Trojans make Dad the winner of the family feud, 68-49.
All right, Reggie, it's basketball. We're in tournament now, right?
Yeah.
Headed that way?
Yeah, things are heating up, as people say. Some people.
It's heating up this weekend.
Heating up.
Yep.
First round of the boys basketball playoffs across Southwest Ohio tonight, and there were a lot of blowouts. We typically get that this weekend, but we got some highlights of those and one that went down to the buzzer. Division III slugfest coming up. North College Hill taking on Summit Country Day. Let's go to the fourth. Trojans clinging to a 3-point lead. Matt Dowling gets to the bucket, and it goes inside to bring the game within a point with 34 seconds left. After a pair of North College Hill free throws missed, Matthew Schuler lays it in off glass, and the Silver Knights have the lead. Last chance for the Trojans. Xander Harvey with the chance to play hero at the buzzer, but his three bounces off the mark. Summit Country Day comes back to win 36-35.
In Division III, the younger Coach Fleming getting his first shot at a playoff win, but North College Hill, they had other ideas. The Trojans up one late, but here comes Summit. Watch the lane. Matthew Schuler driving it for the go-ahead basket, so grab the popcorn. 12 seconds to go. Summit up just one, but North College Hill with a chance to win it at the buzzer. Xander Harvey from three, but it bounces off the rim not once, but twice, and Summit Country Day survives this one, winning it by 36-35.